The easiest, quickest way to have a conversation and tap into your spiritual team, find out who they are and what they want you to do. The easiest way is not meditation. It's not saying some mantra. It's not putting up no altar. It's not burning a candle and praying. You don't have to do none of that. You don't need to do none of that. Okay? The next time you catch yourself in conversation with yourself, and by the way, everyone does this. In addition to thinking 1,000 thoughts a day, from time to time, we actually slip into conversations with ourselves. And we do it so often, a lot of times we don't even recognize that that's what we're doing. But some of us do it out loud and some of us only do it in our mind. When you find yourself having that conversation, stop and say, who am I talking to? Now, if you haven't stepped into your full energetic or spiritual body, your ego is going to respond and say, you're talking to yourself. If that happens, simply say, thank you for responding, but I ask that you step out the way. And just push them over like this. Do like this with your hand. Be like, thank you. And that's just to push them on out the way. And say, I only want to hear from my spiritual team. They will reveal who they are. They'll either give you a name or they'll say, it's your uncle, it's your cousin, it's your mom. Okay? The second thing you're going to say is, why are we having this conversation? And you can say it in whatever tone you want to. You don't have to be like, dear blessed. You don't need to do none of that. Just be like, why are we having this conversation? Your spirit team will tell you while you're having the conversation. And a lot of times, you'll recognize that the conversation you're having is a recreation of something that already took place in the past. Or you're responding to something that happened in the past in a way you wish you had have responded. They will tell you, oh, you feeling guilty about this. Or you're practicing for a story you'll have to tell later. Or they will tell you whatever it is. They'll say, oh, you're having this because you can't let go of what they said to you. They're going to be honest with you. They're going to tell you exactly what it is. The third question you're going to ask your spirit team is, what's the highest, most beneficial thing for me to do with this information that you're giving me and that I'm experiencing right now? What should I do? Listen to me. They're going to tell you to do something that you're not going to want to do. Because normally your spirit team is sending you on a mission to humble you. So it might be like, you need to apologize. You need to go have a conversation with that person and ask them why they feel like this is the kind of relationship, this is the kind of communication, attachment, connection you should have. Or they're going to tell you, you need to leave this thing alone. You need to stop doing this thing. You need to, and whatever it is, it's normally something you're like, oh, I'm not ready to do that. But that's why the conversation keeps coming up in your mind. Because they are trying to get your attention. It's time to do some work. It's time to change. It's time to address the elephant in the room. And until you do it, it'll keep ruminating in your mind. It'll keep coming up. That's not you communicating with yourself. It could be, depending on what you think. It could be a higher or lower version of yourself. It could be your God or spiritual team, or it could be your cosmic energy team. Whatever you believe in. Personally, I believe all three of them are the same thing, but that's for another video on another day. I love you.